Do you know, I learned that stall in 2 weeks, but I have wasted 8 years of my training without any results. Yep, you heard me right. 8 years of my training. So, in today's video, we are going to talk about what is the single most important thing that you have to get it right even before you step a foot in the gym or even before you start any workout program. But I'm warning you, this is kind of complicated topic and trainers normally don't talk about it. But in this channel, we do talk about complicated stuff because we believe if we can do it together, nothing is complicated in life. No more blah blah, and let's get to the topic. But first, we have to get home. And we are home. So, do you want to waste 8 years of your training without seeing any results? So, I'm going to tell you what's the one single important thing that you have to do in order to make sure you're not wasting your time with any workout programs. And that is to look at your workouts feelings objectively. I know it's kind of complicated, but let me explain. In a book called Never Split Difference, written by Chris Voss, he's talking about a psychologist in that book named Daniel Kahneman, who won Nobel Prize for discovering men are irrational beasts, which we already know. But he also discovered our feelings is a form of thinking. How cool is that? So what we think we feel is actually just another thought. I think that makes sense. If I only knew this before, I could have saved 8 years of my training, 10 broken relationship, and a broken face. Yep, that still hurts. But anyway, since you're not here to learn how not to be a boyfriend or how much distance is too much distance when you have a psychopath partner, let's talk about how looking at our feelings objectively can help us to find the right workout program for us. But first, I have to tell you what happens if you don't look at your feelings objectively. So, when I started training, all I wanted was a body like a Greek god, you know? Yep, a 5 feet, 10-inch brown kid with a big head wanted a Greek god body. And I started working out 6 times a week because the internet convinced me that's the best workout routine out there when you wanted to have a body like a Greek god, even though it's not true. Even though training 6 times a week, an insane bodybuilding routine, I did see some results with it. So I got hooked, right? I hooked with this 6 times training 6 days a week. Now, here is what I didn't know. The thing is, when you start training from a state where the only exercise your biceps ever did was bringing food from your plate to your mouth, then obviously you're gonna see some changes. It doesn't matter what workout program you're doing, right? It doesn't matter you're doing a bodyweight exercise or you're training 3 times a week or 6 times a week. When you start training from a state where you did nothing, obviously body gonna change with those stress. But what I missed was when you see that initial changes, you want a program that progress with those changes. But I don't had a program that progressed with that changes. So then I hit a plateau. So I did what every smart person would do. I went back to Google and I looked for answers to break this plateau. And Google told me the reason I'm not seeing any more results is because my body got used to this workout routine. And if I want to see any more results, I have to start confusing these muscles so it will start growing again. And for that, all I have to do was do all these crazy supersets and drop sets and all those workouts. By the way, if you don't know what is drop sets, it's also known as take all the dumbbells you can find in your gym, put it under your bench and start doing biceps curls and never share those weights with anyone until you finish, which is like 2-3 hours, and act like you own the gym. Yeah, that is drop set. And 2 years passed, nothing much happened. So I thought, now what? Then I was like, maybe I should start training less because I was already doing 6 times a week, and training more than 6 times a week is not possible since I want to build muscle, and building muscle is happening when you take rest, not when you work out, right? So I was like, maybe I should take more break. Maybe I should train 3 times a week since if muscles growing when you take rest, 3 times a week training means 4 days of rest. That means I should be gaining more muscle because there's nothing more to do. I did everything that you could find on online, any workout program that only works with the magic of steroids. So I tried everything and nothing worked. But here was the problem. Just like every other time, when you want to change something that you're used to, the biggest fight is internal, right? It's the beast inside you that you need to convince. In my case, it was a lazy chicken, but anyways. So my part of a brain came with all the excuses why I shouldn't switch my workout program. Things like how great it felt because it trained 6 days and how much pump we had because of all the drop sets, or what if you lose everything that we gained by training 6 days. I was like, but all I gained was a little bigger biceps, mostly that biceps was fat, and a bigger tummy, and legs, they're not in proportion. But by the way, by that time, I started training legs, not because it ever crossed in my brain that being proportional would be a good idea, but I saw one YouTube video where a bodybuilder was saying, if you want to build muscles on upper body, you have to train your legs, because here's how it works. This is what he said. If you don't have muscles on your legs, and it doesn't matter how hard you train your upper body, it will never gain because your skinny legs would suck that down, and that's how gravity works. But I was desperate, so I was ready to do anything. So, except steroids, obviously. I always felt like bodybuilders have very small head, and I'm like, okay, I don't want that. I want my head to be big. So it's like, no steroids. So I tried everything. I tried everything and nothing happened, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna switch. But then my brain was like, no, don't switch, it's great. Then like every time I fell for it. I stayed with that workout program, the insane 6 days routine, without any results. There were a time I even tried 7 times a week for 8 years. Now you may think, then what made you switch? Well, there was an embarrassing thing happened, and I had no other way than switching from 6 days to a less frequency of workouts. So maybe on next video, but I'm not ready to share that yet. My mom thinks I'm a slow learner, and Simona thinks I never learn anything. But if you look closer, we all are biased by our emotions. I hear all the time my clients saying like, Shanu, I want to do more leg curls because I felt more on back of my legs and that's where I want to lose fat. Or Shanu, let's do more scissors because I felt my lower abs burning last time and that's where I want to lose more fat from. These clients I have, they're very smart and they know sport reduction is not possible until you go under a knife while your brain on anesthesia. Author and life coach Tony Robbins said, if your business is not growing, then it's failing. And if you rephrase it, if your fitness program is not taking you closer to your health goals, then it's taking you further from it. So if you have been doing a workout program for 6 months and you're nowhere close to the health goals you set in the beginning, and you're sure you're doing everything as the program demanded, then it doesn't matter how good you think you look or how much less bloated you feel in the morning. It's time to switch it. So if you can't see the results, then there is no results. It doesn't matter what your brain telling you. Move on. And I don't want you to I don't want you to waste 8 years of your training like I did. I only did my level 3. I only took all the other certification because I was so frustrated inside me because everything I did as they said and I still couldn't see results. And I was like, okay, I want to know what's the secret. And there's no secret. No one can tell you what's the right workout program for you except you. And here's the thing though, even you like trying to, like deceive you. There's half person, like there's like half part of your brain is trying to deceive you, to take you away from the truth. So that's why I don't want you to trust your feelings, at least not when it comes to workout, and trust numbers. Remember, numbers won't lie, but feelings do. If you don't see results, then that means there are no results. Move on. Doesn't matter what your brain thinks. That's it. I hope I didn't waste your time like lunges did mine. And if you're someone like me who wants to get the best out of workouts without spending much time, then you should consider subscribing, because that's what this channel is all about. Be lazy, but be productive. How's that? Or there's one more. Yeah, I know it's cringy, but there's one more. You have to be with me. There was like one more thing that I was saying. Oh yeah. Train smart, not hard. So that's our motto. So if you are into any of these things, you can consider subscribing. And if you like the video, give us a like. And if you don't like the video, give us a dislike and comment why you don't like it. Not because I care, but Simona told me that YouTube doesn't give a shit about it's a good comment or bad comment. It's a like or dislike. It's all about engagement. So if you really hate this video, please show some hate. And that may help me to pay my bills in future. So I'll see you with another video. Until then, it's a namaste from Lazy Workout Program. Peace out.